Alright, the first one was good enough. I liked it and I enjoyed answering all my questions. So the test Secrets of the Soul 2, let's see what else we asked. Secrets of the Soul 2, strongly advised. Yes, I had it already. Thank you very much. Yes, I had. Thank you. Thank you, Emmy. My brother, poor brother, you're not the only one. Oh, sister, sweet sister, the pain has just begun. Contain it no longer. I cast away the sun. In darkness I wander. Thy father's will be done. You find yourself once again on the inside of a seemingly empty chapel, tucked away in the throes of a midnight storm. The rain pelts the windows like falling stones, and the wind rages on as the chapel doors shake and tremble. As you peer around the room, you catch a set of glowing red eyes gazing at you under a shroud of darkness. A ghastly apparition begins to form in front of you, accompanied with a grim voice beckoning you into the light. So we meet again, Wanderer. I didn't expect to see you back so soon. Clothes are soaked and tattered. Come, dry yourself from the downpour. We have all the time of the world to converse. It looks like the storm is going to last a while, Wanderer. Make yourself at home. I'm sure we have a few things to catch up on. I'd love to play our favorite game, wouldn't you? You know, 20 questions. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, Wanderer. I know I certainly will. Yes, I know. Can we talk faster? You're an instant for me. I know. Yes, complete honesty. Yes, okay. Ask me more questions. Let's go. Yeah, I do. I think about my questions for time. That's fine. Do you see in my soul? Answer your question, sir. Would you say I'm currently in a positive mood right now? Yeah, sure. I'm doing okay. I'm fine. Yeah. Are you feeling nervous at all? Not really. No. Everything's good. Are you feeling somewhat anxious? Beyond the base level of basic anxiety? No. Would you say that you're feeling curious at the moment? Curious as in, yeah, I want to see your questions and get something, ask something good? Yeah. Are you currently worried about anything? Anything at all? No, not really. Would you consider yourself to be a fairly open individual? Yes, in the sense that if you ask me something, I will generally tell you what I feel. But I won't go out of my way to open myself to people, so, but overall, yes. Can you sometimes keep your walls very high and be somewhat reserved? Yes, but it's usually just because people don't ask questions, or I don't volunteer information. If you ask me something, I'll usually tell you, but for the most part, I'm not going to go out of my way to make sure you know everything, so. Yeah. Do you think that anyone truly knows you, Wanderer? Not really, no. Because people always keep something to themselves. Even your closest ones. So, I don't think so. I think they're going to be like that, so yeah, but we'll see. I prepared to be completely and utterly honest with my answers going forward. Yes, I'm always honest. We talked about that before. Have you ever felt like a demon lives inside of you? No, I don't believe in possession. I don't believe in demons and all that, so no. If you feel like there's a demon living inside of you with your brain being imbalanced, you need to go seek help. Have you ever looked for a way out of this life? Have I ever planned to kill myself? Basically, no, I have not. Have I ever thought about it? Yes. I've never actually drawn up plans or thought about how I would do it, though. So, have I ever looked for the way out? No, I've never looked for it. No. Do you know what it feels like to be truly and completely content? And again, I'm going to say no because I don't feel like you ever should feel like that. You should never just be fine. That's apathy that leads to nothingness. You should always have some kind of goal or some kind of want or something to move forward to. Can two separate people's traumas ever be accurately compared? The trauma in and of itself can be compared, yes. Like death affects people in the same way to a degree at least. Like it may be different levels for different people, but it's still like if your grandmother dies and you were close with your grandmother, and somebody else's grandmother dies and they were close to their grandmother, you can have a general idea of what they're going through. It may not be 100% the same or accurate, but trauma like that, yes, can be somewhat compared. Should everyone have the right to pursue happiness? For the most part, yeah. Unless you're like a pedophile or something like that, or some kind of fucked up individual. No. But in general speaking, everyone, yes, should have the right to pursue happiness. If faith is having belief in something in the absence of evidence, well, then would you say that you exhibit faith in anything wonder? Not particularly, no. Then, because I'm an atheist. It is what it is. Or at least maybe an agnostic atheist. Like if evidence ever did happen or something could be out there, sure, I'd like there to be. It would be interesting. But I don't believe that there is. So, no. Would you consider yourself to be a rational individual, Terrence? We answered this question last time. Yes. Is it possible to think about nothing? Yes. I can shut my brain off and just vegetate. Have you ever experienced the feeling of emptiness? Yes, I think everybody has at some point or another when everything's going wrong. Does death give meaning to life? It does for some people. Not necessarily. Like some people, you want to live until you die, basically. You want to have a good life because you're going to die. You want to live and leave a better life for your children or your next generation, whoever that may be. Does death in and of itself give meaning to life, though? I don't think so. I feel like you could live life without the concern of death. So it does, unfortunately, yes, I think, but it doesn't have to. You have to experience something in order to know it exists. No, I don't think so. It depends what you mean experience. Like, I've never experienced a nuclear explosion, but I know they exist. Or can exist. So, we're gonna say no. Do you believe that humans are the only species that question why they exist? No. Dolphins are fairly intelligent, and so are some other animals. But also, the universe is very large, and we're unlikely, or just as likely as unlikely, to be the only species out there that actually has sentience. So, no, I don't think so. Do you believe that life has a goal and meaning? No, absolutely not. In general, no. Life has whatever goals and meanings you assign to it. But does life itself have goal and meaning? No, it's just pure chaos and non-order. So, again, whatever goals and meanings you assign to life is what you have. But in general, you don't, hop out of the womb and all of a sudden have a goal and meaning that you're meant to get to now. Would you want to be in charge of choosing how you die? I mean, yes, to a degree. I'd rather go peacefully in my sleep and not feel anything or have to worry about anything. Or if it does have to be not in my sleep, be quick and painless. But, that's what it is. Have you ever wondered if perhaps you're living a dream? No. Because I have lucid dreams, and I'm in control of my dreams when I do dream. And I know the difference, unfortunately. So, I don't think I'm living a dream right now, no. Do you believe that fear prevents you from living life to your fullest? I don't. Fear prevents me from skydiving or bungee jumping, as I said last time. Fear doesn't prevent me from living life to my fullest, no. So, no. Do you believe that you can tell the difference between good and evil? Yes. Because, like, I've talked about it before, some things are objectively good and objectively evil. Sure, there's a lot of gray in between, but yeah, yes. Are defects always bad? Defects are not always bad. Defects lead to innovation. Sometimes, a lot of times. Because they show you maybe an idea that you didn't see before, or a better way to correct something. So defects often lead to progression. Like the defect in and of itself is usually bad, but it leads to something better. So they're not necessarily bad. Is it possible to live with absolutely no regrets? No. There's always something you're going to regret at least a little bit. Did I, forget that piece of breakfast this morning, or did I not eat the last piece of bacon, or something like that? There's always something small you regret. So no, it's not possible to live with no regrets. It's possible to live without any big regrets. It's possible to be happy where you are, but you do believe that sometimes good people do bad things? Absolutely. Good people do bad things all the time, whether intentionally or not. Sometimes they may believe they're doing something good, but it's really something bad. It just happens. It can't be helped. A lot of times. Would you help someone who wronged you in the past? Depends how they wronged me, to be honest. If they wronged me something minor, yeah, I don't let bygones be bygones. I don't hold a grudge. If they did something big or wrong, then no. But for the most part, yes, I don't hold grudges. Would you continue to be friends with someone who betrayed you? Along those lines, also, no. Because you betrayed me, you destroyed my trust, I'm not going to trust you again. And at that point, it's better to just not be friends with them, because you're always going to have that question of, are they still trustworthy? So, no, you just cut them off, in my opinion. Do you believe that you're gifted? Nope, absolutely not. Some people, sure, some people are gifted. Some people are super intelligent, or super creative, or super great at one thing or another. I don't feel like I am, no. Do you believe it's better to have loved and lost than never have loved at all? Yes, because you take the highs with the highs and the lows with the lows. They go together sometimes. And generally speaking, you get more good than bad. You remember all the good things more than the bad things that happened. You know? It doesn't, of course, it's not 100% success rate. It doesn't always work that way. But for the most part, yes. Have you ever self-sabotaged and ruined a friendship or relationship? Not intentionally, maybe, accidentally or subconsciously, but not on purpose, no. Do you ever feel like a sponge absorbing the emotions of others too much? Because I've tried to shut that bit off of me, because it's always like, people gotta come to me and complain about everything and talk about their problems, and I don't mind doing it, but it does drain on you after a long time. But so, yes, I get that a lot. And it's always been a thing, like, if with people I work with, or coworkers, or friends. If something seems off or something seems wrong, I have to be the person they ask, hey, is everything okay? What's going on? And it's part of what I do. And it happens. And it does wear on you after a while, but it does happen a lot. So, yes, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Because I'm sure most of the times I've ended up helping them. You ever feel like you're a mirror reflecting the emotions of others? No. I genuinely don't reflect the emotions. You're feeling one thing, I'm generally stone-faced at it, or trying to do the opposite and bring you back toward the middle where you're supposed to be. If someone gets angry at me, I don't get angry back at them. If someone's sad and crying, I don't get sad and crying with them. I try to keep myself, I'm the peace in the chaos, like I said in the last one. How you gotta be. You think the best things in life are free? No, but they can be. Everything has a cost, even free things. Some free things are good, some free things are bad. Air is free. For now. Do you believe collective happiness could exist in the world? Could it? Yes. Would it be moral or correct? No, probably not. Could it exist? Yes. Should it exist? No. Just for those reasons. Because the only way you're going to get collective happiness is if everyone believes in the same thing. Which is whether you want it to be whatever religion or whatever. Then they'll all be collectively happy, but then everyone else will be dead. So I don't feel like collective happiness should exist. People shouldn't be happy all the time. So could it exist? In the wording of the question, yes. But I'm going to say no. Because it most likely will never happen. Do you believe a dream can be taken away? Of course, you can have your dream. And stuff can happen. You could dream of being a pro athlete and you crash and lose a leg or something like that. dreams in that way can, yes, be taken away, obviously. Can enlightenment be achieved without realizing it? I feel like that's usually how it is achieved. Because you'll be doing whatever, you'll be vibing, doing whatever you do. And then one day you'll realize, like, things are right, things are good. I have nothing to complain about. I'm okay. And you realize you've been that way for a long time, and it just never dawned on you. But I feel like that's usually how it goes. You don't realize it at the time, you realize it later. Do you ever get depressed after accomplishing a goal? I wouldn't say depressed. It depends on the goal, though. Because, like, sometimes you finish that goal and it's like, what do I do now? Or if you achieve that goal and it's not what you wanted it to be quite, the result. And it's like, well, what do I do now? Now I'm where I am. I wouldn't say depressed, but... Does love hurt? On occasion. It depends. Because you do a lot of things in love. You sacrifice, you do things for them that you may not necessarily want to do for yourself, and they do things for you that you may not want to do for yourself. There is some pain in love, but for the most part it doesn't hurt, but sometimes it does, yes. Do you ever avoid responsibilities if you can get away with it? Not so much anymore, I just want to get shit done most of the time. Like, I procrastinate, but I won't avoid. I mean, if this is like the procrastination question, then yes, but I don't think I avoid them now. Like, I don't go out of my way to deny their existence or something like that. Do you believe you feel emotional pain on a more severe scale than others? Not anymore. I used to, I think, yes, but now it's very toned down and very... not a lot. Do you believe true love is possible without being lived in return? To a degree, yes, because whether you take some biblical stories like Jesus or whatever, but you know, whatever, it is possible. Like not that kind of love, like not the love of like your wife or something like that, but like just a general love of somebody. Like, I love this person, I love who they are, kind of thing. They don't have to love you back the same way, but you support them wholeheartedly and don't expect anything in return. That kind of love, yes, is possible. Do you ever struggle with allowing yourself to be happy? A lot, yes. Because I'm that person, whether that's my past trauma or whatever. I always feel like, you know, things aren't necessarily good enough. There's always something better I could do more. For the longest time, when I got in the relationship I'm currently in, I was scared to play video games and scared to do things by myself because my previous relationship was like that. I had to do everything with them. Everything had to be together. And it's now I understand, like, you can do things separately and it's okay. It's fine. So I used to. I don't so much anymore. There's still some things that get to me like that, but so a little bit, yes. Have you ever remembered doing something you didn't actually do? Yeah, we'll come back to those lucid dreams a little bit. There are some things I'm still convinced I've done that I don't actually remember doing. Because either the dream was that real or something like that. So, not very often, but yes. You ever attempt to escape from reality? No, not at all. Unless you count like going to sleep and dreaming or whatever, but not really. I don't try. I don't try to meditate into the astral plane or some shit like that, no. Do you think it's possible to truly become the best version of yourself? It depends how you look at it. From my point of view, no, because, like I've said several times, you should never be just content or happy or where you are, because that's apathy, and I don't like that. You should always have some kind of goal to move forward or some kind of thing to do better. So I think that's what you want to try to push to attain the best version of yourself, but also it is unattainable. So no. Do you believe you're fated to do specific things in your life? No, absolutely not. Like I've said several times, destiny and fate is whatever you make them. There is no specific, already set in stone way to be your place to go. You're not destined to any one specific thing. Is life an adventure? I mean, basically yes, because you don't always know what's going to happen. You're off exploring, trying to figure things out. So I mean, it could be considered as such. You believe the future can be predicted by looking back into the past? Yes. I've talked about that in the last time too. These are just almost the same questions reworded. But yes, you can look at patterns of things. You can look at how things have gone and predict the future. You're usually better at predicting somebody else's future than you are predicting your own, because your own has more biases and stuff. But if you can look at somebody else's from the outside perspective of just the general patterns of things, yes, you can. Can time be wasted? Absolutely. And sometimes should be wasted, because sometimes wasting time is good for you. Not everything needs to be productive every moment of the day. Sometimes you just want to vegetate and do nothing or de-stress. That isn't really wasting time. Do you ever wonder where your life will be in 10 years from now? Not really, but yes, also. I mean, I try to think about my future. What am I going to be doing? Where are we going to be? But it's not like a heavy wander. It's just, you know, I wonder what I'm going to be doing in the future, kind of. It's not like do I sit there and deep dive and think about it a lot? So, I mean, I guess yes, because I think everybody would say yes to this question, but... Have you ever acted recklessly because you didn't think you'd live a long life? Not really, no. Everything for me is always measured. It's always thought out. It's always... There's very little spontaneity or very little recklessness. Maybe more spontaneity than recklessness, but you know what I mean. I don't think so. I've very rarely said YOLO in the sense of doing something dangerous that might actually kill me. Do you believe science and religion can happily coexist? No. I am very against religion because, generally speaking, nothing really good comes of it. Whether you look at the past crusades and that kind of shit, whatever, fine. We'll dismiss that. There are some people, yes, that may go to their small little congregation in the world and actually donate their money to reliable, good causes and stuff like that. Sure, those people are fine. But for the most part, when religion gets too big, like, you know, Joel Osteen's church or the big mega pastors and that kind of shit, those are pure evil and just shouldn't exist. That kind of religion is bad. Religion, that is the one thing, if you want to take the biblical sense of religion, that is what it should be. You should practice amongst yourself, either in small groups or privately, and keep it out of life in general. If you want to practice a religion, more power to you, as long as you're not harming other people. But religion, the large religion in and of itself, does end up harming other people. Just look at the United States and how we are in today's society. All these anti-gay laws, anti-whatever laws, the majority of it is from the Christian right wing, just trying to push their side of things. The United States is not a theocracy. It should not be a theocracy. Nobody should. If you want to believe your religion, believe it. More power to you. Don't go out of the way forcing it on everybody else. Practice it in your home. Practice it in your smaller congregations. If you are going to donate money to a large church or form a large church, put that money to a good cause. Like a legit good cause. Not just a good Christian cause. A good cause. But overall, no, I don't think so. Could world peace ever truly exist? When everyone's dead, yes. When everyone's alive, no. Because there'll always be somebody, religious fanatics, or somebody who disagrees with something, who will go against the grain. No. You think an animal can be evil? An intelligent animal or a human being, yes. Can dolphins be evil? Probably. Because dolphins are smart. Can general animals be evil? It depends on their upbringing. Like a dog like Cujo that has rapid rabies or something like that. That's not necessarily evil. That's just a diseased animal. Or an animal that was trained to go after people and bite people. That's not necessarily the animal being evil. That's just being what the animal's trained to do. Animals, in and of themselves, are not a sentient species. Most of them. I don't think they're truly evil. They're a reflection of their upbringing or how they were trained, basically, or they're sick and diseased. I don't think they're evil, but they do evil. Are humans animals? Okay, well then, if we want to have this question, yes. In essence, we are animals. We're mammals. Yes. Have you questioned? No, I've not questioned them, but I've gone back and wanted to what's the word? Retcon them, because my next question says changed it. I don't think I've questioned them as much, no. Is there such a thing as a foolish question? Yes, absolutely. When your teachers tell you there's such a thing as a stupid question, don't believe them. There is such a thing. Usually it's a question that the answer's just been told to you 3 seconds ago and you still don't understand it. And you can't break it down any simpler. Are there foolish questions? Yes. Hi, Emmy. It's Emmy, right there. Would you say that you've had a problem with authority? No, I don't think so. Because authority has been mean to me, basically. Is there problems with authority? Is there police brutality and that kind of stuff? Yes, absolutely. I am a straight white male. I don't deal with a lot of it. I will openly admit that. That's my privilege. If a cop pulls me over the few times it's happened, you know, license registration, here you go, have a nice day, bye. I've gotten one ticket in my life. So I don't think I've had a problem with authority directly. Do I have a problem with some things done in Congress and overall political things? No, but generally speaking, police, not really, no. If given the opportunity, would you run your own country? Yes. If I had the chance to be a dictator, absolutely. Are you exactly where you'd like to be in life at this very moment? Exactly where I'd like to be? No. Am I happy with where I am? Yes, but there's always improvements to be made, as I've said many times, so yes. Yes, you had a hunch. What hunch did you have, Watcher? Are you afraid of what your future may hold? Not really, but at the same time, yes, because you don't know. There's always the, I could die tomorrow. Who knows? I could die in 5 minutes. Who knows? Am I afraid of it? No. The future is what it. See, this is what like there is a certain sense of fear, but at the same time, it's one of those fears that it's going to happen no matter what you do. So there's no point worrying about it. Tomorrow happens. The next day happens. Things keep happening until they don't. You don't control that most of the time. Do you ever have any strong controversial opinions that you avoid openly speaking at times? A lot of the ones you've heard me talk about today. I don't talk about them in public that much. So, yeah. Would you sacrifice everything you have in life to save someone you care about? No, I would not. Maybe sacrifice everything. You know, sacrifice everything I have in life. Yes, not sacrificing my own life. Yes. And it depends who they are too. Like maybe one person, but not a lot of others. Do I think someone would sacrifice everything they have in life to save you? No, I don't think it is. No. Do you ever enjoy breaking rules? Do I enjoy it? No. Do some rules need to be broken? To a degree, yes. Especially if they're rules that limit efficiency in the workplace or something like that. Like some rules are there for safety reasons, stuff like that. Obviously, they shouldn't be broken. But if the rule has no impact on safety, it has no other negative impact other than it's just a rule to be a rule, some rules shouldn't exist. Do I enjoy breaking them? Not really. I generally speaking try to follow the rules and find a way to get my job done or something done with the correct efficiency. But some rules shouldn't exist. Do I enjoy it? No. You have the most in-depth personality. I have no idea. I don't think so. I would doubt it, but it depends what you mean by in-depth. What is my personality? I barely even know it sometimes. Like I am who I am. You see how I act and swing. It goes whatever different direction. Probably not. Have you ever surprised yourself by accomplishing something you didn't think you could accomplish? Of course, I think everybody has at some point or another. You know, you've applied for that job and went to the interview or did something like that, and you're like, oh, holy shit, I did it. Like, I didn't. So, yeah. You ever feel like your life is out of your control? No. Some things occasionally may be out of your control, yes, but for the most part, you can either find that control or find something to control in your life. Like, even if it's something small, that always helps most people. You find some little thing that is under your control and focus that. Like, some things are going to be out of your control no matter what, and you have to accept that. Some things it's just frivolous to try to control them. So I don't feel like my life is ever truly out of control now. Do you like feeling in control? Yes, I do. I will be open and honest about that. You probably see it and hear it a lot of times in things I do. I like to try and take charge. I like to be in control. No, I don't like having no responsibilities because then I don't get anything done. I do like to be productive. I like having no responsibilities on occasion, but not for too long, basically. Because I feel like I am either the mother or the father personality and things. Like, I want to be the one to guide people and help them and that kind of stuff. As long as, like, if I know what I'm doing and I feel like I can pass my knowledge, I want to. So I occasionally want to have no responsibilities and just chill and relax, but when I'm done doing that, I want my responsibilities back, kind of. So I don't think so. Yeah, the storm's not letting up. Keep asking your questions. Have you ever held regret for something terrible you might have done that wound up hurting someone else? That is an odd question. I don't think so, because I've never really thought about things I might have done. I've either done them or I haven't. I don't think I've done anything that ended up hurting somebody else, like, in that regard, so I don't think so. Have you ever played the victim even though you knew you hadn't been wrong? Not in a way that I was actually trying to play the victim or get something, just like in playful ways, like, oh no, you hurt me, man. Not like in reality though, no. I've never gone like, they've wronged me, I'm going to sue them, what the fuck ever? No. Have you ever lied to get someone in trouble? No, because that's just petty and stupid. I mean, maybe as a child I don't remember, like maybe I stole something and I said somebody else did or something like that, but I don't even think I ever stole anything as a kid, but I don't think so. Like I said, maybe as a child I barely blamed a friend for something I did or something like that, or they took the fall, I don't know, but... Have you ever failed to tell the truth to keep someone out of trouble? Now that is a better way to word that question. Have I ever lied? No. Have I ever omitted things, or I guess lying by omission? Sure. Yes. Would you consider yourself to be traditional? For the most part, not really. I'm not the breadwinner in my house. I'm not the hunter-gatherer male, that kind of thing. Like, no, fuck that. Does your mood tend to change drastically with the changing of the seasons? To a degree, yes. I have a little bit of the seasonal depression, but I don't know, maybe not drastically. Spring and fall are my good times. You know, my mood gets miserable in the summer because fucking allergies, and wintertime because it's fucking cold and I hate it. And I hate the snow, so I mean, yes. Do you oftentimes feel guilty for things that you know aren't actually your fault? No, not at all, because they're not my fault and they're not my problem. If I didn't do something, I don't feel guilty about it. Like, do I feel guilty for humanity in general being shit sometimes, but overall, no. Would you consider yourself to be socially awkward? Yes. Yes. I hate being in groups of people that I don't know. I hate going to parties with people I don't know. I stand in a corner and talk to myself, or hang out with myself. Or I wait for people to come talk. Like, if people start talking to me, it's okay. Like, I can answer back. I don't like initiating a conversation. I hate it. So, yes. Would you care if you were forgotten after you die? I'm dead, so no, I don't care. Have you ever persuaded someone to change in their mind to better suit your wants or needs? Yes, of course. That's what persuading people is. Anytime you persuade somebody, it's pushing your own agenda. Do you feel you have a strong moral obligation to protect the ones you love? Yes, you should protect the ones you love. That's why you love them, because you want to protect them. So yes. Do you think love might be the best feeling in the world? I don't know. Maybe. Well, other feelings feel good too. As far as emotions go, probably. So yeah. Do you think love might be the worst feeling in the world? Also, yes, it can be, because sometimes you're helpless with it, so yes. Would you say that you're an impulsive person at times? Absolutely not. For the most part, no, I don't shop on impulse. I don't just buy things. I don't make rash decisions. If I have a chance to think about and weigh something, I will. I won't just go, yes, let's go. Like, if a decision needs to be made right then and there, I can and not worry about it, but if, generally speaking, I hate being impulsive. Do you ever, except in video games, like First Class Trapper when I push Kevin over the edge. So, do you ever get obsessive when you're passionate about something? Not so much anymore. I used to, I will admit. Like, if something was there, I would fixate on it and be like, yes, it's everything. But no, not really anymore. Have you ever pondered what? Yes, everybody does that. I hope so, at least. The best way to beat his physical body, whether that be, you know, digging a hole and then burying a dead animal on top of it, or, in my opinion, hide a body in a tree. Find like hollow out a tree and hide something inside. Because how many people look up in reality, in day-to-day life? Yes, exactly, we all have. Would you help your best friend hide a body? No. I would not actually do it. I would rat my best friend out and be like, hey, this is what happened, we need to be honest about it. Especially if they murdered them. So, like, if it's an accident, then definitely, yes, rat on and be like, hey, you accidentally hit somebody with your car, it was the middle of the night, whatever, things happen, we'll get you through the court case, and it'll be fine. You murdered somebody, you're not my best friend anymore, you need to go to jail. Do you sometimes have a difficult time receiving compliments? Yes, because I think people are lying to me. When you say something nice, you either want something or you're lying to me. That's my initial thought. And I'll also say thank you. Okay, how nice. But I don't trust compliments. It's hard for me too. I will admit that. This quote: "Some people are so poor, all they have is money." Holding me to you. It does, but it doesn't. I understand what it's trying to say. Like in my opinion, like rich people, they don't have anything in life besides their money. They don't have friends. They don't have family. They don't have like Scrooge McDuck. You know. Or it's like legit poor people that they always have money. They always seem to be flashing money, and they always spend all kinds of money. But they have no savings. They have no equity. They have no house. They have no that kind of stuff. But they have the latest and greatest phone and a car, that kind of stuff, because they're just spending their money all the time. So it depends which way you want to take that quote. But yeah, sure. What'd you say? Yes, absolutely. I procrastinate like crazy. I already discussed that. You sometimes take things too literally when they're not meant to be taken that way. On occasion, that's another thing. I used to be that way a lot. Like if you said something, it was face value. It is what it is. These days, not so much. I've grown and matured and that kind of stuff. Do you have a difficult time keeping your focus? No, not really. Have you ever struggled to find your purpose in life? I would say yes. I know that I've talked about life doesn't have a general purpose, and life is what you assign to it, or your purpose in life is what you assign to it. Sometimes it's difficult to find what you want to assign to it, so sometimes it feels like you do have no purpose, and it's tough to figure out one. So yes. Would I consider myself to be insecure? Unfortunately, yes, probably. For a lot of reasons you've just heard me talk about. Do you sometimes feel lost, like you just don't know where you're going? Not at the moment, no. Have I felt that way before? Yes. Because, again, sometimes you just don't know what you're doing with life. You don't know what you want to do. And you have to figure it out. Do you sometimes have a difficult time saying no to the ones you love? You want to snitch around you? Yes, absolutely. Again, not so much anymore. I've kind of grown out of it, but back, it's sometimes, not as much. But I always used to be like the yes person, no matter how much I wanted to do things or not wanted to do things. It's just, yeah, okay, I'll help you out. You find that you generally have an easy time understanding others, though others don't have an easy time understanding you. Yes, we'll go back to the reading people kind of thing. If you're talking to me, I can generally tell, are you lying? Are you being untruthful? Are you honest? What is your opinion of me? And I keep my cards close to my chest most of the time. Do you feel like you've put more effort into others than others have put into you? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. That's a 50-50 question, kind of. Like, there are always times where I feel like I'm trying to do more for the relationship or more for the friendship than they are. But at the same time, there have been other ones where I know that they're trying to do more, and I'm trying to make it obvious, like, I don't want this, leave me alone. So not all the time, but sometimes, yes. It's a 50-50 question. Do you believe? Yes, 100%. I talked about it before, like with the breakups and that kind of stuff. I was scared to play video games for the longest time in my relationship. I still feel bad occasionally playing games in my relationship now, even though I know it's okay. Can you remember the moment when you were the weakest you had ever been? Probably. I'm not 100% sure. No, I just don't want attention. I want to be left alone for the most part. I want to just do my job. I want to just come home. The only attention I want is from people, my family that I love. That's it. Or some friends, that kind of stuff. I want very little attention. I don't love attention, but I don't hate it as well either. So no. Do you ever whether do you ever worry about whether or not someone genuinely likes you all the fucking time? Whether that be friends or family or whatever. I'm the kind of friend that I'll reach out to you if you haven't talked to me in a while. But then I worry, am I pissing them off because I'm reaching out? Like, are they really okay with that? That kind of stuff. Or they're talking to me and have nice compliments, that kind of stuff. Really though? Why are you telling me this? Yes, absolutely. People do sometimes. Do you ever get nervous? I already said yes to this. Do you know deep down in your heart that everything's going to be okay? Yes, because that's the mental state I have to keep basically in my life the way I feel. Everything is always going to be okay. Everything always works out. Because you make it so. Just so I'm aware. It will be. Almost done with you, yay. A few more questions, let's go. Would you rather love or be loved? Huh. Generally speaking, I would rather be loved. Even though I question it and don't necessarily believe it all the time. Is it better to live a long, mediocre life or a short but fulfilling life? Probably short but fulfilling. I mean, you're dead, you're not going to know either way. So, I mean, I'd rather live a good life than a long life, so. Would you rather have inner beauty or outer beauty? Outer beauty makes the world easier and better. Inner beauty makes your own self-worth better. Like, outer beauty will get you in the doors, but inner beauty will keep you in the doors. So, probably inner beauty. What you say you value more, your own life or lives? That's my own life. Generally speaking, there's one or two other lives I put before mine, but not a lot. Would it be easier to prove that God exists or prove that God doesn't exist? That's a stupid question, because if you're making the claim that God exists, you need to prove to me that God exists. You can't prove something doesn't exist, because there is no proof that it does, so there's nothing to refute. Neither one's possible, it's a trick question. So we're going to go with that one just by the default. I struggle to wake up every morning as it is. I hate waking up, I'm tired. Even though I do get a good night's sleep most of the time. I never struggle to go to sleep though. Very rarely, at least. I guess I'd rather struggle to get to sleep. I'd rather have too few friends, like I do now. Because too many friends, you don't have enough time for them all. You can't do anything. I would rather be completely ignored. I hate being center of attention. I hate eyes being on me. I just want to vibe and be myself. Never read again or never write again. I read a lot, or I used to. I don't so much anymore. I've never really written beyond, like, you know, my name, or side of my name, or that kind of shit. Beyond, like, since I've been out of school. So I guess never write again. Would you rather have constant daylight or constant moonlight? Constant moonlight. The sun is bright. The sun is mean. It's harsh. Moonlight. Save the world from pollution or save the world from hunger? I feel like if we save the world from pollution, hunger will work itself out fairly soon. I mean, either way, you'd most likely just destroy all people. So, but between the two, I genuinely think pollution has the better effect. Live for only one more day, or live for an eternity and never die. Live for an eternity and never die. In reality, I'd like to live for eternity, but decide when I die. Because, you know, when the sun explodes, and there's no more solar system, I don't want to be inside the sun for a millennia or longer. I don't want to just float in empty space until someone eventually finds me or I eventually find something. But, you know, live for eternity. Sleep too much or sleep too little? I'd rather sleep too little because then I feel like I get more done in the day. I already sleep too little as it is. I sleep 4 or 5 hours a night. That's all I do. So, it's fine. Live in reality or a dream of your... Oh, a dream of my choosing, 100%. Would I rather live in reality or live in my own perfect made-up world? Absolutely. Rather have someone else make all of your decisions for you or make all of your decisions by tossing a coin? That's actually an interesting question. Would you rather be Two-Face from Batman? Or let someone else make all your choices? I think I would rather go on chance, because then, even though you're not really in control, you feel like you have control. Like, someone else may make all your decisions, and they may make even the good decisions, but you still don't have any sense of control. They're still just doing what they think is best for you. I think I'd rather coin flip. Lose your long-term memory or short-term memory? Short-term. I don't know, though. How short? I guess short-term. I'd rather keep some of my long memories. Be wanted or needed. I mean, if you're wanted enough, then you are needed. If you're needed, you're not necessarily wanted. So I guess wanted. Would you rather go to jail for something a friend did or have a friend go to jail for something? I'd rather have my friend go to jail for something I did. Fuck that. I don't want to go to jail. I'm not going to jail for something my friend, spouse, or anybody does. You're going to jail for your own actions and consequences. I would also go to jail for my own actions and consequences, but between those two things, I'd rather that one. Be immune to physical pain or immune to emotional pain? Emotional pain's fine. I don't like physical pain. Choose truth or always choose dare? I'm fine with always choosing truth. There is no uncomfortable question I won't answer. There may be questions I have to think about that I'm not sure about. But there are a lot of things that I won't physically do. Like if you ask me to go eat a bug, I'm not going to do that. I'll lose. More of a realist, or I'm a realist 100%. I have my dreams, I like to dream. But at the end of the day, I'm back down to earth, I'm in reality. So, realist. Afraid of dying or losing? I'm afraid of dying. I shouldn't see. That's a complicated question. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of the process of dying, basically. Like I'm going to die at some point, whether that be today, tomorrow, or 50 years from now. It's going to happen, plain and simple. It's something you can't change. It's something you have to accept. I am afraid of how I am going to die. Is it going to be a long, painful process, or is it going to be quick in my sleep? Am I going to take a shot to the face? What's going to happen? So I guess in the terms of this question, I'm more afraid of losing a loved one. Because I personally don't know how I would deal with that emotionally. Like a close loved one. Valuing honesty or resourcefulness? Honesty, because if you're lying to me, you're going to get kicked to the curb real fast. Which emotion is stronger, love or anger? Jedi or Sith? Anger is stronger short term. Anger is stronger in the bursts, like you're madder. Love is stronger and more stable long term. So I guess overall love, but nature 100%. Nurture does affect, but nature has a greater effect on you than nurture, I believe. Do you, Watcher? You be ready for? Well, tell me what my word is this time. I think he sounds like a villager from Minecraft. What do you see deep within me, sir? Trapped essence of my soul. No one really knows how much you hurt, do they, Wanderer? Keep it hidden so well. And even when you don't, it's almost like no one is listening, or even worse, understanding now, are they? You know how painful it must be to feel so alone, Wanderer. But you've gotten used to it, haven't you? You've gotten used to the feeling of being self-reliant, independent and self-sufficient, if you will. And while you take great pride in that, we both know the truth. You aren't the way because you wanted to be now, are you, Wanderer? You're that way because you had to be. If only someone else put in as much effort as you did. If only someone cared as much about you as you did about them. If only someone loved you as much as you loved them. Things could have been so much different. You were robbed of that luxury, Wanderer. You deserve so much better than what you were given, and we both know it. However, with that being said, not all is lost. Not all is too late. And not all is hopeless. As a matter of fact, going through these traumas that you have in life, the pain you've endured, the internal torment, that most will never come to know or understand, has made your heart grow bigger and your soul burn brighter, Wanderer. You wish to give others what you wish others would have been able to give to you, and that, my friend, is going to ensure that you get exactly what you've always wanted at the end. It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when, Wanderer. And I know you're tired of waiting. I would be too. But your happiness is coming, I assure you. That void inside will be filled, and if you could only see what I see, you'd be dancing in the rain. Stay positive, stay strong, stay steadfast in your pursuit of happiness. It's just around the corner, Wanderer, I can promise you that. Heed these words, Wanderer, they will help you on your journey forward if you let them. Once again, I want to give you a parting gift before I take my leave. A simple gesture, give me my word. Singular. What is my gifted word? Strength. Two massive head. See the same thing as last time. Ah. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Show me truth, tell me all. It's from one of their other games, it's a Fate one. But while you may have put me back together, my existence surpasses even your own. I am not your masterpiece. You can't go other way. You can't go anywhere unless I say you can, mirror, whether you like it or not. You belong to me. Tell me, who is the Fate Weaver visiting next? Fate Weaver's some other games they have. I might look at them eventually. They're nice and cheap. But the reviews are, I think they were good, but they were mixed. There was some of them said they was like copy paste. After the Weaver has made their visit, perhaps my answer could be different. It'd be too late to be of any use to me by then. I must know before the beast makes their visit. Okay, I don't. Dasa. You're welcome. Let's make a post, all that kind of stuff. I won't do that, but it's fine. And you're welcome again. So, you know, GG's once again. The other games cost like $2 each, something like that. They're not expensive, so you know, maybe one day I'll look at them. Otherwise, you know, feel free to do it yourself. Answer some more questions. GG's and toodles.